You know that up to 50% of the air you breathe in your home comes through your basement? A wet, damp basement can be a real problem that can worsen asthma and allergies, affect your indoor air quality, and even damage your valuables. We'll transfer your basement into a dry, usable space and improve the air quality in your entire home. You don't have to live with a moldy basement. Protect your home from water damage the right way. Give us a call or visit us online.
Hey guys, thank you so much for checking us out on the Norcast Weather Channel. We've obviously got some clouds out there, maybe a spotty shower, but that is not a big deal at all because as we go into late morning and into the afternoon, the sunshine comes back out in full effect and we are looking at being in a very good position. And all week long, I think even for the next 10 days, we're looking at cool fall air, low humidity, just really pleasant stuff overall. Unfortunately, though, there is a major hurricane that is heading towards the west coast of Florida again, second time in a couple weeks here, and the impact is going to be absolutely devastating for some folks between Tampa Bay and Port Charlotte, Fort Myers, that whole area. We got to figure out exactly where the track goes, but a shift of 25 or 30 miles makes a huge difference. So anybody in those areas, I would urge to get out. Evacuate. This storm is no joke. Right now it is a Category 3 with 125 mile an hour winds. It is drifting to the east-southeast at 8 miles an hour, but it's going to start that trajectory to the east-northeast eventually and go into the west coast of Florida between Tampa and Fort Myers on Wednesday afternoon. So we are roughly 48 hours out, a little over 48 hours out from final impact, but it's going to continue to strengthen. All right, it's a Category 3 right now. This is even up 5 miles an hour from when we had our live show at 7 a.m. It is going over very warm water. So there's a lot of latent energy, a lot of latent heat here. So we're thinking it gets into Category 4 status. I think potential for Category 5 can't be ruled out. And it does look like it's going to weaken a little bit before it makes its landfall, probably as a Category 3, but there's going to be some wind shear, which could disrupt it a little bit. But the ocean's already going to be in motion. So from a physics standpoint, this is the worst kind of track you could have. A storm coming from the west and heading into the western coast of the state of Florida, all right? Because all that water for the next couple days is being pushed towards the coast, into Tampa Bay, into Port Charlotte, and it's not going to end very well at all. So we are looking at a tremendous amount of rain and wind and flooding coming with this. Your water temperatures are in the middle 80s, even warmer, where Milton is currently spinning. So there's a lot of energy, a lot of room for more intensification, and I think it's probably a Category 4 at some point this afternoon or early evening. So we will watch the intensity of that very closely. When it does make its landfall, we're expecting probably a 100-mile radius of extreme winds, gusts over 100 miles an hour, Tampa into Bradenton, maybe to Cape Coral, but that can shift obviously based off of the track. Then radiating on either side of that, you're going to have 70 to 90 mile an hour winds, even extending potentially into the Orlando area, and then everybody that's in yellow, that's where a, say, 50 to 70 mile an hour gust is likely. Our forecast models are in general agreement. Every line that you see here is a different idea. You got some crazies out in left field and right field here, but the bulk of them are here. That is where we get the cone of uncertainty from. What we have to figure out, and this is just dire, I'm hoping that we figure this out by this afternoon or evening, where this goes. Because if it goes just north of Tampa, Tampa Bay gets the catastrophic impact of 8 to 12 feet of storm surge. It'll be pretty bad down in Cape Coral and Port Charlotte as well. But the bulk, the brunt of the impact would be around Tampa. If this goes south of Tampa, yeah, you're still going to get massive flooding and heavy rains and those strong winds, obviously. But the most devastating part of the storm is now centered in Cape Coral and Port Charlotte, Fort Myers, those areas, all right? So this is what we got to figure out through the day, and that is why I am telling folks, get out. Get out. If you are from Tampa, just north of Tampa to just south of Fort Myers, get out. I don't know how else to put it, all right? We're looking at probably 6 to 8 inches of flooding on that end of the spectrum. In Tampa, that probably continues through northern Florida, 4 to 6 inches to the south. But look at that, 10 to 15 inches of water offshore, rain, and some of that could be funneling into portions of Florida. So this is just going to be a disaster all the way around. We are not looking at any kind of sizable rain for us anytime soon. We've got a moderate drought in a lot of the area. If these conditions continue, I could see some of us getting into severe drought status. We do not have any kind of measurable precipitation on the way anytime soon. Temperatures today in the lower 70s. Tons of sunshine will be breaking out across the area. Once those clouds dissipate, sunshine is going to be locked in for the foreseeable future. You can see this right here on your 7-day forecast. Just sunshine for days. Temperatures in the 60s, low humidity. I've got no bones to pick. Have yourselves a great day. I will be live tonight at 7 o'clock with the latest on Milton. See you then.